everyone. Welcome to Mental Health Bites. In this podcast, we'll discuss a timely topic related to psychology. I'll answer one of your burning questions, and I'll leave you with a practical, actionable tip to improve your mental health every single day. Let's dive right in to the timely topic of the day. Today, I am thrilled to talk to you about something that could change your life, which is the power of 3. This is more than just an idea. This is an actual concrete framework for creating the emotional safety and nervous system regulation that you need to thrive. In today's episode, we'll dive into why the core 3 is so essential to your well-being, answer a listener question about loneliness and connection, and give you a practical, tangible step to start identifying who you need in your core 3. Let's get started. So let's talk about something that is timely and personal: the growing epidemic of loneliness and its connection to emotional safety and nervous system regulation. We're living in a world that's more connected than ever through technology, but people are feeling lonelier than ever before. Research from the U.S. Surgeon General's 2023 report shows that over 60% of Americans feel lonely on a regular basis. And this is not just every once in a while you feel like you're lonely. This is chronic loneliness. That's what we're talking about. And loneliness isn't just about feeling isolated. It's a serious health risk. Studies have found that chronic loneliness increases the risk of heart disease by 29%, stroke by 32%, and loneliness can even lead to a 50% higher risk of premature death. To put this in perspective, loneliness is as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It affects not just your emotional well-being, but your physical health too. On the mental health side, loneliness can lead to an increased risk in depression, anxiety, and maladaptive coping mechanisms like drinking too much or drug misuse as a way to cope with the feelings of loneliness. But why does loneliness have such a profound effect on us? Well, the answer lies in how our nervous system is wired. Humans are social creatures, and connection isn't just a nice to have, it's a biological necessity. When we lack emotional safety, our nervous system interprets that as a threat, keeping us in a constant state of stress and dysregulation. Let me break this down for you. Your nervous system is like the command center of your body, constantly scanning for signs for safety or danger. When you feel emotionally unsafe, whether that's due to loneliness, conflict, or lack of support, your nervous system shifts into fight, flight, or freeze mode. And here's what that looks like. Physically, you might feel anxious, have a racing heart, or experience chronic fatigue and tension. Emotionally, you might feel overwhelmed, irritable, or even numb. Behaviorally, you might overwork, avoid responsibilities, or withdraw from relationships altogether. In this state, your body is in survival mode. You're just trying to get through the day, and thriving, building relationships, pursuing goals, that feels completely out of reach. Now let's talk about what it looks like when your nervous system is regulated. When you feel emotionally safe, your nervous system activates what's called the ventral vagal state, which is part of the parasympathetic nervous system. And this is a state of calm and connection. It's also associated with creativity and being able to be your best. In this state, physically, your heart rate slows, your muscles relax, and your body feels grounded. Emotionally, you feel confident, secure, and open to connection. Behaviorally, you're able to focus, set goals, and take meaningful action toward the life you want. This shift from survival to thriving starts with emotional safety, and that's where the core 3 comes in. The core 3 is designed to help you create emotional safety through 3 essential roles: the encourager, the mentor, and the challenger. The encourager helps you feel supported. This is that person who offers unconditional love and support. This calms your nervous system and gives you the confidence to face challenges. The mentor provides wisdom and guidance. This reduces uncertainty and helps you make informed decisions. The challenger pushes you out of your comfort zone in a safe, constructive way. They're truth tellers that help you to grow. When you have these three roles filled intentionally, you're creating a powerful feedback loop. Emotional safety regulates your nervous system, and a regulated nervous system allows you to thrive at work, in relationships, and in your personal development. Let's look at some well known examples of how emotional safety and connection have transformed lives. One story that always sticks with me is Oprah Winfrey and her close relationship with Maya Angelou. Oprah has described Maya as a mentor who helped her navigate some of the most challenging moments in her life. Maya's wisdom and guidance provided Oprah with the emotional safety she needed to trust herself and grow into the powerhouse she is today. Another example is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who often speaks about the importance of having people in his corner who believe in him, especially during tough times. He frequently mentions his encourager, his mom, who grounded him with unwavering support, even when his career faced setbacks. That emotional safety gave him the confidence to keep pushing forward. Finally, there's Serena Williams, who credits her sister Venus as both her challenger and encourager. Venus pushes her to perform at her best, but also provides emotional support when things get tough. That balance of emotional safety and motivation is what has helped Serena thrive both on and off the court. So these examples remind us that emotional safety isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity for achieving greatness. You don't need to be a celebrity to benefit from emotional safety. As I mentioned, we all need it. When you create your own core three, you're building the foundation for a life where you're not just surviving, you're thriving and being your best. And it's never too late to start. Now let's move on to the Q&A segment of the day. Today's question comes from Sarah, who writes, I've been feeling really lonely lately, even when I'm around people. I have friends, but I don't feel deeply connected to anyone. How can I start building more meaningful connections? Well, thank you, Sarah, for such an honest and thoughtful question. First, let me say that what you're feeling is incredibly common. Loneliness isn't just about having people around you. It's about the depths of your connections and whether they create emotional safety. And meaningful connections starts with intentionality. This is why I developed the Core 3 framework. It's about identifying the people who can meet your specific needs for support, guidance, and motivation. To start, focus on one role at a time. Think about what you need most right now. Are you craving emotional reassurance and encouragement? If that's where you are, then start by identifying an encourager. Are you facing a decision or challenge that requires wisdom and insight? Focus on finding a mentor. Or do you feel stuck and in need of someone to push you forward? Seek out a challenger. Remember, meaningful connections start small. Even one conversation can begin to shift the dynamic and help you to build emotional safety. Now, let's move on to the practical tip of the day. If you're ready to start building your core three, here's how to identify which role to focus on first. This is a simple 3-step process. Step 1, reflect on your current needs. Ask yourself, what's missing in my life right now? Do I need more emotional support, guidance, motivation? Pinpointing your greatest need will help you decide whether to focus on finding an encourager, a mentor, or a challenger first. Step 2, scan your existing relationships. Look at the people already in your life. Who naturally fills one of these roles? For example, do you have a friend who always makes you feel valued and supported? That could be your encourager. Or maybe you have a colleague or relative whose advice you trust. That's a potential mentor. If no one comes to mind, that's okay. You can start building these connections intentionally by seeking out new opportunities like joining groups or reaching out to acquaintances. Or perhaps there's someone in your life who might have the outlines of one of these roles, but they're not fully developed into that role yet. That's okay too. That just might be a signal for you to deepen your connection with this person and suss them out a little bit more to see if they might have what it takes to be one of your core three. In step 3, take one small step. Once you've identified a potential core 3 member, and again, they don't have to be fully fledged, they could just have the outlines of one of the potential core 3 individuals. But if you think that it might be worthwhile to investigate more, then initiate a meaningful interaction with this person. It could be as simple as sending a text to say, hey, I've always valued your advice. Can I get your thoughts on something? Or, I really appreciate how supportive you are. Can we catch up sometime soon? These really small steps help deepen connections without overwhelming you or the other person. Plus, you're paying them a genuine compliment that signals the role in the core three that they might play in your life. For example, when I was rebuilding my own core three, and especially after my maternal grandmother passed away, she was the best encourager that anyone could have. So I needed another encourager when she passed away. I reached out to a distant relative who had always been a grounding presence in my life, and that relationship became a vital source of emotional safety during a challenging time. This particular relative was also dealing with a loss in her life around the same time that I lost my grandmother. So we really bonded over that. And I realized that she had a lot of that same type of energy that my grandmother did. So I think that sometimes people in your core three can come from places that you may not even necessarily anticipate. You can create important new relationships by always seeking to fill up your core three. And also, your core three doesn't have to be permanent. Throughout the years, and in the last decade, since my grandmother has passed away, there have been different people in my life that have filled that encourager role. So remember, the people in your core three don't have to stay that way forever. It can be your core three right now, and that can change as you grow and as your own needs and wants change. Remember, building your core three is a journey. It's not a sprint, it's more like a marathon. So start with one role, one person, and one conversation. Emotional safety and nervous system regulation don't happen overnight, but with intentional effort, you'll create the foundation you need to thrive. This week, I challenge you to reflect on your greatest need and take one small step toward building your core three. Thank you so much for tuning in to Mental Health Bites with me. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, there's plenty more where that came from. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or any questions you have. Also, feel free to share this video with your friends and family who might find it useful. Stay tuned for more helpful content, and until then, thank you for your support and take care of your mental health.